Muted. How we doing, guys? Welcome, welcome. Straight into it. I was meant to press my starting screen. I was like, oh, well, I'm already on. We're doing it. What's going on? What is going on? Who's around? The one. Also hit the like for all your videos and streams. That's the sort of man that I like. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, smash the like button. Help YouTube know that we're around, guys. That'd be good. Hey, still playing EE. I've actually not played EE in a few weeks. Decision. No, I've got too much stuff going on, honestly. I'm doing this super secret, awesome project, which is eating a load of my time, which is going to be revealed probably within 6 weeks, but it's a big deal. So we're kind of trying to tie stuff up. It's taking up loads of my time. So unfortunately, something's got to give. Something's got to give. And Eternal Evolution was the thing. So we're going to be talking the Clan Boss draft today. And I'm pretty excited about it. I feel like I had a good draft. YST, imagine if it was. Imagine if this was my draft team. Yeah. So for those who don't know, by the way, my team's completely out of sync because I've got about 12 different builds that are now wrong out of these 5 champions. But somehow it normally still gets over the line, so I've just been leaving it. Yeah, so there was a Clan Boss draft done with Deadwood Jedi, myself, YST, Nubraid, and Cold Brew earlier today. It was a lot of fun, actually. You should go back and watch the Deadwood stream going through the draft, perhaps after this stream, if you want to get a bit of a fun vibe of what we were doing. It's really hard. Yeah, it's actually very difficult. So I'll give you a vibe, give you a feel for what was drafted here. YST, I don't know. Actually, YST, you fancy coming on for a chat for like 10 minutes or not really? Or are you busy? You want to come and kind of talk about how you felt about it? Obviously, no pressure to do that. If you're busy, no worries. Yeah, cool. Cool. Yeah, come and come and jump in a chat. It'd be good to kind of get your feel of it as well. But yeah, basically we've done this Clan Boss draft, and we're only allowed to pick epics or lower, so no legendary champions allowed. And obviously with a draft, you're only allowed. There's only one copy of each champion available. It's very difficult. Really, really difficult. Yeah, YST, hit me up when you're free, man. We'll jump on and have a chat about it. Hey, Foos, how you doing? Welcome, everyone. Welcome if you're new. Hit the like button. Let people find us. We're going to be talking Clan Boss draft, and I'm going to start to build out, or at least plan to build out my team, which I don't want to give too much away because obviously other content creators start to snipe. But I'm pretty excited. Realish to Pickled, we're going to talk about that because I've already made that one change that you've mentioned. But yeah, we're going to talk about that in a sec. In the moment, it's hard to make 100% the right decisions, yeah? So when you're live, when you're kind of under pressure, you don't remember every single champion that existed. But anyway, let's get YST in, and he can give us his view as well. Just kill the music for a second. YST, how you doing, man?
How's it going? Did you need video as well?
Only if you want to. Up to you, mate. Up to you. No pressure
okay,
to.
I'll put it on one sec.
Everyone here in YST, okay?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Did you want to come on camera, or you just? Oh yeah. Yeah, cool.
I'm on camera here if it's easy to add, but
perfect.
I can
Yeah.
Just
give me 2 seconds. Yeah, we're still going to throw YST on the screen as well. So YST is one of the competitors alongside myself, Nubraids, Deadwood Jedi, and Cold Brew. Yeah, I mean, YST, how were you finding it earlier, man?
It was absolutely I was stressing out. It didn't go any way that I wanted. What about you?
Same really. Like I had a pre-plan in my head about what I wanted to do, and it kind of just went out the window. Like I tell you what, I actually bottled my plan, and I was too worried that it might end up just being a complete fail, and I didn't really want that. So I've gone with a more conventional type of plan in the end, but it definitely didn't go the way I was expecting it to go. It was much harder than I thought it was going to be as well, because it's just we're all in the end doing a similar type of team, I would say, don't you think?
Yeah, I think everyone's pushing towards that 2-for-1, right? They think that is the best way to go, especially that it's epics only. I don't know if there's enough survivability to go for a slower speed tune, especially about the counterattack. It's just
Yeah, yeah. Because my original plan, and I thought I was going to be completely unique, but I was going to go for a total kind of like revive on death team.
mhm.
Like, and I know we were talking afterwards, and you said you actually had a similar idea. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's more of an old school comp, right? Like you have
yes,
like multiple revive on death champions like Light Swans and Sandlash Survive, not Sandlash Survivors, forgot her name.
Sky
Skytouch
Touch.
Shaman, yeah, and
Yeah,
Crimson Helms, and you basically go at a slow speed tune and just make sure that they all take a turn after each other.
yeah,
So I thought that would be a really cool one, and I couldn't see anyone else choosing a revive on Death Champion. But then if the chat wanted to choose and ban one of those, it starts to become like, oh no, now I'm a champion short. And then we got the
that's
green
it.
dude as well. So
Yeah, and so you kind of started off with Deacon,
mhm.
then you went into Geo. How were you feeling about your kind of like first two picks? Was it what you were expecting to be able to grab at that time?
Yes and no. I didn't expect Cold Brew to go for his green champion straight away. That threw me off guard. I was like, I had White Dried Nia towards the end of it. I thought, oh, no
Yeah,
one's gonna pick this.
as a niche kind of pick, like might be able to just
Yeah.
slot in. Yeah,
Yes, I didn't see that one coming. I think that was the biggest surprise. And then I thought, ooh, now I knew that the two unkillable champions would get chosen or a turn meter booster, which would have left me with one of the turn meter boosters being fourth place because I seen where Deadwood was after me.
yeah,
And I was like, okay, so I should have one Seeker or Deacon in the bag. But my first pick was always going to be like a bait champion, one that I knew would be banned. So
sure.
then the second Deadwood was like, oh, I'm not taking a Geomancer. I was like, okay, now I've got that clash of champions where no matter which way this goes, I can at least make a team. So that's kind of how I played it out.
Yeah, I honestly I thought you were going to pick Taragi. Like 100%, I thought for your second pick you were going to pick Taragi, and
Yeah,
you left it on the table, and I was like, I'm gonna grab that because I felt like Seeker would probably be banned. Seeker makes so much stuff accessible,
yeah, the
and
thing is with Taraji,
yeah,
right? Because of the way that we've set up this challenge in particular, it's not like the last one where we're allowed to face Affinity Clan Boss and stuff like that. We've kind of narrowed it down to Void.
yeah,
And the brute reality of Taraji is you're only getting hit once per Clan Boss turn instead of 4 times on Affinity. So you lose out on a potential, like, literally 5 million damage worth of poisons, depending how long you
sure,
last. So I just thought in my head, do I just go for the Rearguard Sergeant later on? Because I felt like she was a safe pick and no one would choose her. So I thought I did Taraji last time. Let me just try switch up the comp and go, because every single time I always go for slow damage mitigation. It's kind of like the theme I love to do. I thought this
yeah,
time I need to go for victory, man. I can't do this slow tunes and bank on a loss. I need to win this one. So I
yeah.
thought
So
100% 2-for-1.
I was thinking the same with the 2-for-1. Like I felt like I didn't need to do it too early. Like if I got Seeker away, 2-for-1 becomes very easy. But
Mhm.
I knew that in my head. So I made this team. Just show chat quickly. I made this team a while ago. Like when Lydia first came out, I was like, I feel like Lydia can get us a speed tune on a 2-for-1. It was basically like a speed champion with a buff extender, and basically, I was thinking, I know that I can make this work with Lydia. So as long as I can find someone else as a speed
Mhm.
champion and I get one of the buff extenders, then my 2-for-1 is still in the bag. And I definitely
Yeah.
wanted a 2-for-1, right? Because that's where you end up picking up a lot of damage. So I was thinking, as long as I get that, I just need to fill in the other pieces. And for me, Taragi was just even though he won't do as much damage as he might have done in other ways, shield and ally protect. Oh, it's just I feel like it's still
Yeah,
important
no,
roles.
it's I think the person that messed up my whole rhythm of things was actually Cold Brew because I wanted the White Dryad Nia, I wanted the Farrakhan the Fat, and there's like a fun speed tune where you can just abuse the resets of Farrakhan in the early starts, and you
Yeah,
can just
right.
go
Yeah.
ally attacks, ally attacks, ally attacks, and it's just consistent, right? And then I seen those two, and I was like, damn, my whole tune is just thrown off. And then I think Runekeeper Dazdurk was like one of my niche choices.
Sure.
I think he got chosen as well, right? If I'm not
Yeah, Cold
mistaken.
Brew picked him up. Yeah.
Yeah, so my whole thing just went out of the bag. I was like, "Ooh, who else can I go 2 for 1 here?" And then I was like, last second, I forgot about the green champion. And I was like, oh, damn, who's green here? And then I thought, okay, Hayakatune is a no-brainer because it's the second best thing after a Deacon, right? We got turn meter boosting, we've got increased speed, it's on a 3-turn cooldown, and we've got the extender to keep that going all the time.
Yeah.
So I never even had Hayakatune on my list. It was just mid-draft, I just going through some factions, I was like, she is definitely one that's going to fit in my green champions here.
Yeah, definitely. One of the champions which you picked, which I never would have picked, wasn't even on my radar, but actually it's a genius pick. Hatatsu.
Oh, yes.
Like, this is a genius pick.
Yeah, Hatatsu's
Wasn't on my
OP.
radar at all. At all. Like, wasn't even on... I'm not joking. I made a list. It was pretty extensive. And I basically had, like, headers, decrease attack champions, speed champions, ally protectors, like, all of this stuff. Hatatsu wasn't even in the running at all. Like, it was...
Ooh, really?
Yeah, but when I seen the kit, I'm like, it's actually a great pick. Like, because I was trying to find someone like that later on, and they're just nowhere near as good in terms of what they bring.
The thing is with Hatatsu, right? Because he hasn't got 100% decreased attack on the A2, it can get a bit dicey, which is why we've got a Rearguard Sergeant in there because she's got the same issue where it's not 100%. So even with Sniper Masteries, you're like sitting at that 80% chance and might not be consistent. But when you start to add both of them who have a similar problem, you then can keep that up consistently, especially at a 2-to-1. So
2-for-1 makes a big difference for any of those champions where they're a little bit inconsistent.
Yeah.
Just means you get so many more attacks.
Even I knew that the chat was just going to ban the Leech as well. So I thought Leech A1, that's going to be up. And then I don't need Life Sled anymore. I could start using Star War or Guardian sets and really starting to ramp that up. So yeah, he was a no-brainer, honestly.
Honestly, like, until you mentioned it, I didn't realize he was immune to stun.
He is, but there's an issue with it though, because are you familiar with Skull Crusher losing a cooldown when he gets stunned on a 4-to-3 ratio team?
Yes.
Yes. So unfortunately, it works in a very similar way. So he does remove the stun, he does remove the sleep and stuff, but for some reason it's coded in a way where he still loses the cooldown. So
right.
Yes. So you need to make sure that after the stun happens, that he still has a way to take another turn in that before the AoE 1 to keep it consistent. So this is where for Hatatsu, he needs to be 4-to-3 or he needs to be 2-to-1. Otherwise, he just doesn't work on like a 1-to-1 ratio speed tune.
Yeah, so you might struggle then to keep his increased defense up.
No, the tune's done already, Hades.
Is that allowing for him to be stunned, yeah?
Yes. Because what happens is, because we're using the skills at a specific time and extending it with Godseeker and Neri, we're able to, before the stun happens, he's able to tank that stun, get it removed, and still take another turn after that for the increased defense. So it's possible, yeah.
Yeah, because I picked Marked in my draft.
Yep.
And I was thinking, like, Marked feels like a weak link, especially as on a 2-for-1, it's quite hard to get the increased defense over the AoEs, as well as to get the block debuffs ready for the stun. And that's really the reason I picked her. She's really good on a 1-for-1 comp, but on a 2-for-1, she's actually not as good.
Yeah.
And I was looking through after our draft, and I actually found, I think, who's going to be a better answer for me. So I think I'm going to be subbing in Horsley and Mage.
Ooh.
So he still does the same type of job.
He's on a 4-turn though, right? You have to...
Well, it's increased defense and block debuffs is on a 3-turn as well.
Oh, is it 3 turns?
Yeah, but he also gives increased crit rate. So increased crit rate alongside Anchorite's increased crit rate. I basically got crit rate up all the time. He does bring, and my team's a bit short of healing, so he brings a heal on a 4-turn. A1's just his A1. It's not going to help us at all. So he's a little bit less squishy than Marked. Not honestly that much. Like, he's still a bit squishy, but compared to Marked...
But do you even need that many block debuffs if you've got a cleanse on a 4-turn cooldown with Mausoleum Mage?
If I'm on a 2-for-1, 4-turn cooldown's not really helping me, I don't think.
I think it might be okay. You're planning to go 2 for 1, right?
Yeah, because I think it goes out of sync. Because pretty
Yeah.
sure it would go out of sync. Swiftcat, he doesn't turn me to Phil unless he's cleaning off more than 2 debuffs, if you look. So,
You only get the poison, so you should be fine.
yeah, so we're only ever going to have 1 debuff up. He only does a turn me to Phil if there's 2 or more debuffs. So I don't think that's any problem for me. If it is, then I could just turn this off and just use him for his A2. But
Hmm.
this champion will at least give me increased defense for both of the hits. And I get an extra bit of healing because my team really struggling with healing. Like I've got Clod, shields, no healing. Taragi heals himself, but not anyone else. Bane, whatever. Anchorite does some healing, and that was it. Like it was weak. Um,
It's
it's an
gonna
odd one
be
to say.
so close, man. Like when I'm looking at this, it's like the first clan boss draft. We're saying it on the stream. Like I didn't expect it to be. Well, I did expect it to be like close, but this one I can't even call it. Like with the other one, I knew, oh, Scratch is gonna be OP. You blew me out the park in the last one. I didn't expect that, but away from that, I kind of seen the top picks and the empowered champions. This time round, it's just no empowerments. It's just it's
Yeah,
gonna be very tough, I think, especially with the counter attack in there. Like, I never thought that Skull Crusher would made it to the end. Honestly,
I didn't either. And actually, Odd
yeah.
One's saying like, wouldn't you have expected Deadwood to grab Warcaster as well? I don't know if can Skullcrusher and Warcaster alone make a with Renegade and Unkillable, right? I didn't know
Hmm.
that, but I think anyway, Deadwood was not keen on doing an Unkillable, so
Yeah, I think it makes it a
maybe
lot
that's why.
better. I think everyone just chose their unkillable champions at the start just because they knew it would get banned. So it's
Yeah,
just making
I
sure that you
wasn't
can
keen
lay
to do
off
an
the rest.
Unkillable unless it was something very different to what we normally see. I wasn't particularly keen on an Unkillable myself.
Yeah, that's why the Revive on Death team like really enticed me. I was like, we don't really see this anymore. So I thought if I was gonna do unkillable, it'd be that one. But yeah.
Yeah, so Elvish, the way this worked, these champions in red here, basically the chat of the stream all got to ban one of these champions away for each of us. So Nubraids had, I didn't want Nubraids, Deadwood, sorry, had Maneater banned. YST had Deacon banned. I had Seeker banned. Cobra had Farak in the Fat. And Nubraids had Demitha banned. Um, so yeah, it was, I guess a lot of these bans, you'd expect Maneater, you'd expect Demitha. Seeker and Deacon and Seeker both just enable so much stuff. Farak in the Fat, I was a bit surprised that it was banned away, but actually, in hindsight, really good ban. Like so
Mm.
much damage. But yeah, Swiftcut's saying to me, what would I have done if Fane had got banned? I mean, honestly, obviously Fane's doing a lot of my damage and debuffs and stuff. There would be other options. At that point, I hadn't picked my other champions as well, right? So, I mean, actually, someone who didn't get picked who does a ton of damage just by sheer poisons is the Brawler. Cold Brawler does so much work in poisons, but he doesn't have anything else in his kit. So,
Yeah, I think even someone like one that was on my list was Ragnar Goldgleam. But the thing is
mm,
with him is like I already had the weekend from a Geomancer. I was like, "Ugh, I can't just bring in this one dude for drop defense. I'd rather have a Tyrell or something.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
he would have been a good choice for you though. If you didn't have the Fane, I think he would have been like the next best thing.
Yeah, I just would struggle with something like a decreased defense at that point. But again, you would have had to mix it up a bit more if Fane had
Yeah.
got banned out. And plus, if I'd had Seeker, there's so many options with Seeker as well. But I guess one thing I'm surprised about out of everyone's teams, I could see. Well, actually, no, I can't. At the moment, Deadwood does not have a 2-for-1 speed tune possible with the champions he's got. I don't feel
Yeah.
like Nub Raid has got a 2-for-1 speed tune possible with the champions he's got.
Yeah, unless they swap someone out. Like there is some more increased speed champions out there, right? You got Tagore, who does an increased speed with a heal. You got apothecaries with turn meter boosting as well. So there's definitely options out there,
Yeah.
which they could swap out. But yeah,
It
it's
feels
gonna
like they're going
be.
to have to, if they want to go 2-for-1, I think they both have to swap someone
Mhm.
to make that happen.
Yeah,
And we know that 2-for-1 just ends up bringing a hell of a lot more damage if you do it right.
because the
You-
one thing that I've noticed as well from like nub braids, right? There's no allied protection in there. Like we got the safety feature of
Yeah,
Sandlash
true.
on the 4-turn cooldown, but at least unless he's going at that 2-to-1 ratio, that's going to be a rough one. Without, has everyone else got allied protection here? Yeah, everyone else has it. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
Oh, Cold Brew's got double ally protection because White Dry Deer's got the strengthen and ally
Oh,
protect on
true.
A3.
Yes, that strengthens big as well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for me, I just thought if I've got an extender, there's no point me having double ally protection in a sense because it's extended for the full fight anyway. So that's why I was
Yeah.
kind of like, should I choose someone else here or?
I tend to think like if you're going on a 1-for-1, then double ally protection is decent because you spread the
Mhm.
damage over. But on a 2-for-1, you should be able to get back to your like full health plus get your ally protect back as well for the next hit. So it feels like you only need one if you're going on a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
Just wondering how Cold Brew's going to use this White Dryad Nia. Like, who is it? Who does he need to turbocharge here to really get the most out of them?
I think he was banking on the Farrakhan the Fat, which got banned. Honestly,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he changes White Dryad now. Now that he hasn't got Farrakhan.
Unless he can make something happen on a speed tune to make White Dryad and Runekeeper create his 2-for-1, possibly.
I don't know if it's going to be possible, like, because we've come up with this thing where it has to be auto from turn 9. We can't sit and manual these battles.
Yeah.
So being able to abuse that, if White Dryad Leah decides to put it on someone else because they got less HP, then that whole speed chain will just go to the bin pretty much. So it'll be tough doing that.
Yeah, definitely. So if you had to call it now, in fact, I'm going to do a poll as well for chat. Chat, if you've got to call it and you want to pick out the winner, who do you think's going to win? I'm going to do the poll first and then I'll ask you as well, YST. Who's going to win the Clan Boss draft? Edwards, Cold Brew, YST, Nubs, or me. In fact, I can't even add me. So F in the chat for me, I guess. But I can only put four. I can only put 4 options. So yeah,
God.
out of these 4, then not including me, who do you think's got the best chance to win?
It's gonna be I don't know. I'm very scared. With Deadwood Jedi, right? I can never underestimate him. Never. Like I've lost so
Yeah.
many times. I've learnt my lessons not to underestimate him. So I'm not gonna fall for any traps this time. He's got counterattack, so the potential's there. And that's like
Counterattack straight up gives him more hits than the rest of us, right? Like he's the only one with a mechanic where he just gets more hits than we all get. Like,
yeah.
that's big, actually. That's big.
But I do think the issue that he will have is that on the default skill of his counterattack champions, there's no debuffs on them at all.
True.
They got decreased defense on Anax, but it's not like a cult brawler going again with more poisons or something like that. It's just raw damage hits, which is still good, but how good will it be? Especially like with these champions.
Anax can smack as well, can't he? Like Anax hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's going to be building him for sustain, though. In this team here, Anax's defense is so low. I'm just wondering, will he build him for more damage? Because he does smack, yeah.
He's got no shieldage at the moment. He's got no... Once they start taking those big hits... I mean... I feel the same for pretty much everyone apart from me. One thing I do have is shields, which I think people have underestimated in their draft. I made sure I picked up Claude as my speed champ because he had a shield as well.
Yeah, I just feel like when it comes to if I'm not using an Underpriest Brogni, like an extension of shield, like the shield is good, but I feel like if you're starting to rely on the shield, then the team's not tanky enough anyway.
Yeah, but don't you feel like if you got a 30 or whatever it is, I think he's got a 20% of his health shield. If you've got that, then I'm certain that the clan boss does less damage into it. I'm sure of that. It just feels like
but I think the other side of it is like if you've got ally protection and then damage mitigation from a Venomage or a Geomancer, it kind of like balances in a sense where you're taking less damage.
Yeah. That is big actually. Yeah.
So I think that was like very important as well. Like those, I wish there was actually more champions in the game like that can like mitigate damage with the underneath a debuff because there's only 2 pretty much from epics.
Yeah. That's it. You have a few kind of like small ones, like you have someone like a Coffin Smasher as a rare that does 5%, and there's a few like random picks like that. But you're right, actually. Like Cold Brew's got Strengthen, albeit I think it's small version with White Dryad.
I think it's the 15%. Yeah,
but that's still 15% damage mitigation that I don't have. you've got Geo, who is what, 10%?
15%.
Is it 15?
Yeah.
15%? And then actually, Colbrew's also got Venomage.
Yep,
He's
this is
got
what
it
I was worried
twice.
about.
Yeah,
And then he's got the
damn.
jar egg as well, where if you hit below 20% HP or something, you get continuous heals as a passive.
Yes.
So
Yeah, that's actually an
it's a
interesting
sleeper
combo.
team. Yeah.
Yeah, that is an interesting combo. What's this poll saying? So YST leading the way, 39%. Deadwood, 34%. And then Cold Brew, 15. Nubraids, 12%. Nice. Are you feeling confident? You feeling like you're going to win?
I think so. This time, we'll see. Because I keep saying these things like, yes, I'm gonna win. You're going down. I don't win nothing, man. I've been here since every single one at Clan Boss drafts, the faction games, these random other tournaments. I just
Yeah.
this time I'm
to me, it feels like you've got a pretty damn good squad. Like,
yeah, no, I made sure this time that I didn't. Obviously, I still want to make it look cool and stuff and quirky, but every single time I tried to take a different route or try show like a different variation because of how many eyeballs are on the event, I was like, well, let me just try out this weird, quirky team. But this time I'm like, no, I'm going for the win this time. I'm not messing around.
yeah. So why Rearguard as your ally protect? Because there's actually one that's not been picked at all yet, which I thought was going to be picked, perhaps even ahead of Rearguard.
Okay, who was that be?
Kenichi.
Kunoichi, but the problem with Kunoichi is she does a 50% turn meter fill, right? So being able to speed tune her is so annoying. I've tried it before.
Difficult. Yeah.
It is very, very tough. Like, it is possible, don't get me wrong, but trying to fit it into a team that already has so much components to it, it's like fitting that turn meter by 50%. It's a tough one. And also, I don't need the leech. I've already got a leech from Hatatsu anyway, from her A1 or A2. So the thing is with Rearguard Sergeant is she helps out with Hatatsu's decrease attack because she does decrease attack as well. And I kind of held that to a high regard. And she also does a continuous heal as well. So yeah, I think if I've already got leech up, I'd rather have a continuous heal than just someone else that places leech.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely good. I've used her a ton of times in the past. And she's kind of up there as one of the good champions that can do the steals. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just curious because I think if you can speed tune her, Benicio just offers more.
The thing is, what else was I missing in my team? I was missing a decreased defense, and Rearguard has it on an A1.
Ah, were you? Yeah.
So I was thinking, who brings? I was trying to like do versatility, right? Like, who brings the most things for what I'm needing? And she was bringing that decreased defense to pair with Geomancer's weaken, and at a 2-to-1 ratio with like Master Hexa masteries, I can keep that up most of the time. So that was important for me as well.
Yeah, I'm just curious, chat. Is there any champions you think we just totally overlooked as part of the draft? I see here Hans Roberts saying, "Why do you think a Cult Brawler didn't make it into a team? Like, how did he not ever become part of this draft?" I was sitting there kind of thinking the same, honestly. If I didn't have Fane on the board, then a Cult Brawler would have been like one of mine on the list for straight damage. Just for like consistent damage. He just pumps out poisons like crazy. But what do you think, man? Was he ever part of your kind of thoughts?
Yeah, he was in my thoughts if I got a counterattack. If I had a counterattack team, I would have done it.
Yeah.
The thing is, in a team like what we've got, they're all so important. Like trying to bring that increased defense, or the other stuff, the ally protections, the increased speed, and then you need that green dude as well in there. And it's so much to think on the fly. And you're like, can I just get my poison from a toxic set on one of my champions, and it should be enough? It's kind of what I thought. If I didn't get a Geomancer, potentially would have looked towards a Cult Brawler or somebody. But
sure. Yeah.
You need, with the Geomancer, I'm just hoping that the burns is enough reflections for Void Affinity, because I've never tried it on Void personally.
Yeah, someone was saying here, who was that? Odd One saying about Ragnar. Decreased defense, weaken, hits
and
hard.
Leech as well on the A1.
Got Leech as well.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about Ragnar is sometimes, like, in this type of comp, he just kills himself. Like, you feel like you're doing well, and then he's just like, oh, by the way, I just killed myself. And it's like, oh, great, there goes my champ, you know? It's, I get that he's actually very good. He's just, again, it's like, we're looking for something which is going to be reasonably consistent and, you know, not easy to do, but you're going to have to try and build this stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about him, really. You could lock out his A2. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
you just abuse the A3 and the A1, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Do you reckon he would do more damage than Odd One than Fane? Bearing in mind, Fane's also bringing me poisons and stuff.
You've already got a leech in your team, right, Hades?
Not Leech, no.
You haven't got a leech.
No. So my healing, that's what I'm
Oh.
saying. Like, I'm bringing. I've
Oh,
basically got.
I would personally be looking towards a Ragnar, but it could be an option, right? You've got that one swap, so if Fane is dying too quickly or whatever that may be, you could try it. Maybe
Yeah.
put him in a toxic set or something, and then you don't have to use lifesteal and stuff on everybody, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Cameron's saying here, no Frozen Banshee, no Tagore. Tagore was the one that that Deadwood actually wanted to pick, but said the wrong name.
Yeah.
Which was pretty harsh.
It's so funny because he took so long on that one as well. He was there for ages thinking about
Yeah,
the
he was,
champions.
wasn't he?
He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, Trumbull. And I was thinking,
Yeah.
what? Trumbull is that's the wrong one, dude.
Yeah, well, I was thinking actually, because I'd been looking at Trumbull, I was like, oh, Trumbull can cleanse the stun. He's got allied protection. Like, I was thinking actually he's a good champ. But he totally wasn't what Deadwood was looking for.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Aox is another one a few people saying in chat here. What do you think of Aox?
Aox is really good. I believe, does he do decreased crit rate only if he decreases turn meter? I can't remember the conditions on his A3.
No, I think it's either or, isn't it? Let me check actually.
I think it's the A3. He does something.
If they have 50% or more turn meter. Oh, after the decrease. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it's that.
Yeah, so this is the issue with Aox. Like, he's so good for, like, the reason why I love Aox is when you're facing any affinity clan boss, he just places it. It's not a hit, right? So you can't get those weak hits. The decreased crit rate, unfortunately, it doesn't work for clan boss as far as I'm aware, because you can't decrease the turn meter, right? And then he does do a nice healing stuff based on poisons. I think that's out there. But once again, he's one of those champions that kind of work better against affinity, right? With his passive, if I'm not mistaken. Depending on each time he's hit or something, it extends. I can't remember. But
Yeah, definitely. I actually really like him. Like, he was definitely he was on my list. He was on my list of like potentials, but it's like we say, poisoners. This is too low a chance for him to be super effective, so you can't really view him as a poisoner or your damage dealer.
He's kind of got that steel skull effect, right? Where it's just it's not enough for consistency.
Yeah, I do like his passive a lot, but it's just not consistent enough when you're trying to go for like high level damage. He's a great champion for clan boss, don't get me wrong, but when we've pretty much got every epic in the game to choose from here, and it's you kind of have to get people that just do multi jobs. If we look at the drafts and you start to look through people's champions, my team, Claude, increased speed, decreased crit rate, as his kind of and shields, like 3 jobs. Taragi, probably 3 jobs. Fane, damage, but really decreased defense, poison, weaken, like 3 jobs. It's pretty similar for most of them. Like, they've got at least 2 jobs for their role. Otherwise, you're missing too much for the team.
Well, what's really cool about your team is I believe the Claude does the increased accuracy, right?
He does. Yeah, I was going to talk about that. Yes.
So you could potentially just extend it with Anchor, right? Keep it up and just drop the accuracy down on everyone and up the damage.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting. So within my team, I've actually got a couple of ways to boost stats to just enable me to either be tankier or do more damage. So I've got Anchorite doing increase crit rate. So that gives me, I only need to build to 70% crit rate. And then I've got that increased accuracy buff as well, which means I actually only need to build to about 150, 160 accuracy. Actually, like, it's a massive help if you're trying to like maximize out either tankiness to stay alive a long time or someone like being relatively tanky whilst doing damage.
Yeah, I believe that Anchorite as well, he does a cleanse, right? On his A2 with the extension.
Yeah, so it removes the debuff from all allies.
Yeah,
the
but
trouble
if you could speed tune it, I guess
it's hard. It's like I don't have a lot of choices about where that would fall.
Yeah, I was just thinking if you can get that done if you can determine your stun target and manage to get this out twice in the double AoE rotation to still extend your buffs, that would be ideal because then you won't need the block debuffs. But if you've got it already, the block debuffs.
I've got a speed tune that's working. I might be able to tweak it again. It's very difficult because you have to get Clod and Anchorite to fall in line together.
Yeah.
And then you're also thinking about, can I get increased defense to cover both of the AoEs? Like, can I make sure ally protection's up at the right time? Like, it becomes really difficult to cover all of these buffs at the right time and get people to use their skills at the right time. But you're right, a cleanse out of him in the right place would actually be pretty interesting.
Yeah, it would be
especially
cool.
for that stun
I
hit.
used to abuse this on. Well, it's really good on Affinity Clan Boss because if the decreased speed goes out and he's first in your rotation, you can just whoop, take it off and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Because where I've got him falling at the moment, so I've actually got, and this is going to be the hardest thing about my build at the moment. I've got to take the stun with Feign. I can't afford, and because I've got no way of dealing with the stun at the moment.
can you
So
have ally protection on your Feign though?
I'll have ally protection up. I'll have increased defense up. I'll have shield up. All of that stuff's good.
But will you have it
But
on the stun turn, like the ally
yeah,
protection? Okay,
yeah.
that's
The
alright
way
then.
I've got it speed tuned at the moment, yes. But the trouble is, if any of the other four take the stun at any point,
Mhm.
pretty much would ruin my speed tune. Fane's the only one who's not like an important cog in the speed tuning.
Yeah.
So yeah, and obviously Fane is going to have probably the lowest defense of the lot, which is not ideal.
I can't believe Marked is on the table as a choice.
Yeah, well, as I say, Marked I think is
Uh,
going to straight drop for
yeah.
Morsian Mage, just because similar type of kit, but at least I've got a little bit more out of Morsian Mage. But even Morsian Mage, like Morsian Mage is a great champion, not really a clan boss champion in my opinion. Yeah, not really.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Is there not anyone else that does it?
I was looking through all the buff pages, like increased defense. There's plenty of people that do it for on a 4-turn cooldown, but not a 3. That's the
Mhm.
problem. And or I just skip increased defense completely
Oof. Oh,
and build my defense up. But I feel like that's a terrible move.
yeah, no,
Um,
you definitely need increased defense up, 100%.
yeah, people saying about discard. I think he's on a 4-turn.
Yeah, I think Discard's a good option, but I think he is a 4-turn, yeah. He's
No,
from
it's 3. It is
the...
actually 3-turn.
Is it? Increased defense and increased attack on a 3-turn. He does
Ah, that
something
might be
quirky
better.
though, right? I think is it on his A1? Oh
He's
no,
got
he's got
decreased
decreased
attack
attack.
A1.
Oh, that's it. That feels the Termite or something. What was the Termite feel on the passive?
Fills his turn meter by 15% when they're attacked by an enemy under provoke or increase attack. Ah, yeah.
So that's fine for you though, because he's not going to be under increased attack for Void. So that's the thing. Like, Discard's good for Void, but against Affinity, when the increased attack goes up, it just throws him off. But for you in this team, could be an option.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
I would lose the increased crit rate, and I would lose a cheeky heal. I don't know.
You lose the
Actually.
block debuffs as well, right? Because that's what you was wanting. No.
Well, the block debuffs doesn't. I can't make the speed tune work so that block debuffs lands at any time that makes any sense. So
You
that's
only need it for the stun though, pretty much.
yeah. But I'll show
Yeah.
you my speed tune that I've kind of been building out. So if I want increased defense to be up for both AoEs, then I can't also have it up for the stun. I can't have the block debuffs up for the stun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my problem. It's making decisions around where do I want stuff to land.
Mm-hmm.
I'm either and I actually feel like I'm more likely to die on the AoEs than I am on the stun hit. Because at least on the stun hit, I'm going to have increased defense up, shield, ally protect.
Even the person in the chat, Stiko Wish, he said Hostile is a great option because he's immune to stun and does increased defense.
Oscar, that's one you
Yeah.
picked, yeah?
No, I didn't choose him.
Oh.
Hostile is the Epic Fusion
Hostile.
champion.
Which faction is
Barbarians, I
that?
believe. I think it's Barbarians.
Oh,
Because he's immune to stun on his passive, so you could just take the stun. He's probably your best option if all you want is increased defense. But you just won't have anything else like
yeah,
no
it's
other
on a
debuffs.
4-turn though. This is the thing.
Yeah.
4-turn's really difficult to make it work.
You have got an extender though. I think you might be fine. Because if you're able to just be immune to stun, you don't have to even worry about cleanses or anything. Just make him take the stun pretty much.
Yeah. 4-turns generally, because they
It's
cycle it
rough.
in a weird way. They cycle
is
it in a
rough.
weird way. Generally, it just won't be up at the right
I
time.
think that's what put me off him as well, because I was going to choose someone like Hoskuru, but then I think I seen the cooldown and I just said, nah, you should go Hatatsu.
So you see the way it'll go, like it's up here, and then it'll be like miss a turn up here. So if Anchorite lands, yeah, so I start losing people on increased defense.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly I could have a look at the speed tuning of it, but I think generally when I've tried 4-turns, they just run out of sync. Can you just run on a 4 for free? I would lose so much damage, Sullivan, if I did that. 2 for 1 is way more damage than having a few people going on a 4 for 3. Like, it's way more. Yeah. Okay, man. Well, look, thanks for coming on and sharing some thoughts on the draft.
Oh, no worries.
I mean, how are you actually feeling generally about building the teams out and all that type of stuff? Are you kind of excited for it or a bit nervous for it?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit nervous for this one. It's because I'm so like used to building a specific type of team. I've never used a high Katoon speed tune before, so having to alter for that behind the scenes and trying to make that work is going to be tough, because traditionally when I do like 2 for 1 teams, I've got the Seeker or the Deacon. I'm dealing with the extra turn mechanics, or a Master Led or somebody like this. I've never had to speed tune with a high Katoon before without like double turn meter boosters. So being able to figure around the best ways to do that, who's taking the stun, are we going to survive a certain amount of times, do we have full coverage? It's very hard in the time frame we've got, especially like what's the best way to build them? Can we stay underneath the caps? It's just a lot to consider,
true.
right? So we'll make it work, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Well, YST, thanks for coming on, man. Always a blast.
Anytime. I'm sure I'll catch you soon, as always, anyway, because we
sure.
HH Gaming and all that good stuff.
For sure, man. Cool.
All right. See you
later, buddy. See you later. There we go. YST giving us some thoughts. So I firstborn, another one slept on. Yeah, I think there's quite a few champions that could just straight up do good damage. Odd one with a couple of debuffs. Sometimes that's not enough though, is it? Sometimes that kind of thinking is not necessarily enough. Albeit, or you need one of those champions in the team. Cool, right, I'm going to grab some music back on. So, let's have a quick look then through some different options that I could bring in. And then I guess I could start actually looking at some builds. I don't want to give too much away, as I said, but we could start looking at a few builds, I think, and get a feel for what's possible on my account. Both painted. Yeah. We will be doing a giveaway as well on this stream. So there's going to be basically when I did the almost like back to my roots, back to how I started Raid were giving away some prizes to communities for that. So I've got 5 winners that we're going to do today. Each of the 5 will get a legendary skill tome, a rank 5 chicken, 400 energy, XP boost, and some multi-battles. Pretty damn sexy prizes, honestly. Pretty damn crazy prizes. Remember, if your crit rate's lower, your team power won't be as high. That's true, yeah. That is true. So let's just have a quick look. So I was on this earlier, but it's worth checking out. When you're doing this type of build or you're trying to work out champions for your team, on hellhades.com, down the right-hand side of champion pages or the home page, we had this kind of like buff, debuff, instance area. So I've literally just gone into the increased defense buff area, and I'm looking at the epics that are on up for grabs, basically. Why don't you have Chronum? Just haven't done hours of grinding on alts. No? So we're only allowed to use epics or rares. We're not allowed to use legendary champions. That's why we're kind of looking in this group. But so as I say, I'm thinking of moving away from marked into Morsley Mage. I do have an ally protect. Yeah, I've got Taradi the Frog. I could go. I basically need someone who's on a 3-turn cooldown on their increased defense. That's what I need. Captain Tamelia. Look. I want increased defense for my team. Team-wide increased defense buff on a 3-turn. So actually, Captain Tamelia would be a good shout. Increased defense, heals all allies. For this champion's max HP, that is a good shout. Ally protection on all allies except this champion as well. On a 4-turn. I could even just turn that off, honestly. Because I've got my ally protection covered with Taradi. And an A1 50% chance of placing a heal on this champion. It's actually pretty good. That's probably... Is it better, though, than Horsley and Mage? What's her stats like here? Good base defense. Good base HP. It's actually pretty good. Actually pretty cool. Yeah, I don't feel like a second ally protection is going to help me, actually. I don't feel... Because the way I'm running it on a 2-for-1, I don't think it really gives me any benefit. I think hers is on a 4. This card is an option. But again, it's on a 4, so it's not going to work. Grizzled's picked. Hatatsu's picked. Light Swan's on a 4. Masamoto, what's his cooldown? Four turn again. Most of them are on a 4. Horsey and Mage is in the running. This is a weird one. You only get a buff in a certain situation, so that's just to dodge. This card's on a 3, was he? I thought it was on a 4. Didn't I just look at this card? Oh no, he was on a 3, you're right. But he had that turn meter fill, but that turn meter fill's not going to come in. Okay. This card is an option. Strong hit on his A1. Very good base defense as well, actually. Really good base defense. What's his aura? Defense in faction crypts. That could be an option. Increase attack as well, yeah. Is he better than Morsi and Mage? Is he better than me losing increased crit rate? I think he could actually be better than me losing increased crit rate. So I'd gain increased attack. Definitely a better option over Mark's. Yeah, Mark's definitely going to be a goner. Tricky, isn't that? It's tricky. Either way, I'm going to be having to tank the stun hit on Fane. Like, all of these champions are not helping me for that. That's kind of why I went Morsi and Mage. So I wanted to get that block debuffs, but I just can't make it work. Trombor's picked. Benassel. Benassel's on a 3 turn. And he's got a pretty decent heal. 25% of this champion's HP. Fairly good base stats. What do you reckon? Who's better out of these? Who's the better choice here? Discard, Horsey and Mage, or Benassel? Benassel doesn't bring much else. No, but a 25% heal is actually a lot. I didn't realise he had such a good heal there. That's a big heal. 25%. Compare that to what Discard's doing. Shielded to himself. That's no good to me. I guess I'm getting more damage out of Discard. Healing out of Benassel. Is healing going to be a problem for me? With Clod here, I've got shields here, I've got Anchorite. Do I need more healing? It's not much healing, actually. It's always single target healing for Clod and Anchorite. I thought I had a team heal, but I don't. Actually, I probably do need more healing. Anchorite gives increased crit rate and crit damage. That's not enough for it to stay up all the time on his own. Clod, I don't think Clod brings increased crit rate. No, he brings decreased crit rate. He brings increased speed and accuracy. I actually feel like Thanassel might be a better option. But then if I go Thanassel, I'm just going around in circles because so Thanassel's given us increased defense and that big heal. Am I then better off just saying, well, Morsian Mage has already given me increased defense and increased crit rate, so I have it 100% of the time. And he gives me a heal as well, 10% heal. So it's not as big as Thanassel's, not anywhere near as big, but it does give a full team heal. You still think Captain Tamelia is better than that? Yeah, I don't feel like the ally protection gives us anything, odd one. I actually don't feel like that's any benefit at all because I just need to make sure that I just need to make sure that Taragi is ready to go for the next one. And Taragi, before he does his ally protect, wherever he is, he heals himself, doesn't he? He heals himself for 25% of his max HP. So he should always be good to go. So there's no point having 2 ally protects. That doesn't help me at all. But the other stuff that we're looking at is kind of... I'm basically looking for what is there in addition. What I've already got. So someone like... what's her name? I actually really wished Asala was on a lower cooldown because this would have been so good. Like a stealth pick, increased defense and strengthen, but it's on a 5-turn cooldown. What about if it was on a 6? Just not worth it. Is it? No, it's just not worth it. That could have been such a big one. But no use. Could Helicaf work? We're not allowed to use any legendaries, mate. It's just epics and down from there. Increased defense and a 15% heal on a 3-turn. This could still be the better option. 15% heal, plus we're getting continuous heals. I think even without the ally protect, she might still be a better option to Mila. You prefer discard. I can't see why though. What would you benefit discard over her? Other than he's got a high defense base, which is nice. Because of the increased attack for the extra damage. The extra damage would be cool actually. But no healing. No healing at all? Really I want someone with healing, don't I? That means I've got no healing in the team basically. Other than the spot heals from like Clod and Anchorite, but it's not a lot. Decrease attack A1. Yeah, but if you look at my speed tune here. Taragi, 1 try here, 1 try here. So 1, 1, 1, 1. Like we've got 4 A1s over the course of each rotation. But he should be landing it, shouldn't he? I'm not doing shards today, Jackie Chan. Probably next time we'll be doing shards is Friday. There's no way of running a 3-for-1 with this sort of stuff now. So I'm actually edging towards Thanassel, you know. Thanassel might actually be, even though I really don't like this champion a lot, might actually be the best shout here. Might actually be the best shout. It's a big heal, 25% of his HP, and he's got a base of 17.8. It's not bad. Not huge, but not bad. The rest of his kit is useless for what we're doing. But And he doesn't... Trouble is, he doesn't hit hard at all. No damage. Danger of just having a bunch of people that don't hit apart from Fane. 2.5 rating. I think the rating's right. I don't think the rating's wrong. It just happens to be someone that fits what I need right now. I've looked at Tarshan. I'm pretty sure. I'll check again in a sec. I'm pretty sure his cooldown's too long. Discard. What's his damage like? Strong. Okay, his damage is a bit better. Tarshan, I think, is on a longer cooldown. Strong, average. Increased defense. Turn me to field puts me off, and it's on a 4-turn. Yeah, it's no good. What about Terran Titan? I've not looked at this guy for a while. Is this 2.5 coming in? Increased defense on a 4-turn. No. Places continuous heal on himself. Shield on himself. So, like... But he actually gets an extra turn. What else he got going on? Decreased defense. Weak damage. No, it doesn't hit. Doesn't hit at all. Hatatsu's already picked by someone else, Andrew. So Sandlash, yeah. It's tricky, innit? There's so many different moving parts, but I actually, looking at it now, I think the Nassau might be the better way to go. Sure, I checked all these guys earlier. 4-turn. Picked already. Really not that many, is there? There's really not that many increased defense team champions. So it's discard Captain Tamila, or the Nassau as my options, really. Or Morseum Mage. 4 options. And really I need them to do some form of healing. So that breaks it down to Tamila or the Nassau or Morseum Mage. One of those 3. Yeah, I can do that odd one, yeah. Sepulchre's already been picked by someone else, Adrian, yeah. So I think I'm going to run initially with the Nassau, and we'll switch it up if it's not working well. Now, one of the things I need to make sure on this, let me just zoom in so you can see it better. When I break into turn order, I want to make sure that everybody's got increased defense up for both AoE hits and increased defense up on Fane for the stun hit. So I basically want to try and make sure that it rolls in here once it falls into tune. Why is it not down there? Because of priority. It's just 3. Yeah, so it goes in here. You see we've got increased defense up on everybody, AoE 1, when it's here. So Anchorite's extending it here. And then we're reapplying it here. So we've got increased defense up on everybody for AoE 2. And then for the stun hit, Fane's got increased defense up as well as Ally Protect as well as Shield. So this speed tune I think that I've got going is good. I just need for Fane to always be the stun target, which might end up being quite hard. Or if I can't do that, then I need a way. I'd have to rework a speed tune so that Anchorite comes up first and he does his extend right here, but that's going to mess up a lot of other stuff as well. Like Anchorite doing a cleanse is another option, but I just feel like that's gonna be quite hard to do. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it will target the leader unless there's a cheaty snack somewhere else. The most annoying thing is I don't think does Fane have any sort of aura? I don't think so. No, that's I just get 0 benefit. But then I don't know if anyone in my team's even got an aura. Crane hasn't. Taragi got resistance. It's pointless. So if I went Thanasil, he hasn't. I think he's got resistance as well. Claude, no aura. I don't think anyone has, actually. I'm able to switch out one of my champions that I picked. Doesn't matter which one I changed commander. So my picks here. Claude's. This is what everyone's picked so far. Claude, Taradi, Fane, Anchorite, Marked. I'm allowed to switch any of those. So if I felt like, actually, I'm just going to use Marked as my increased defense, which I could. She does the same job, really. She just doesn't bring anything else. I could swap out somebody. Yeah? But what I'm not allowed to do is take the same champion as anybody else. It's first come, first serve on a switch, odd one. So yeah, if 2 people wanting to switch, it's whoever gets there first, basically. Yeah, I've got all week. I've got all week to start doing the builds and stuff. And obviously, I'm going to switch to the test server now so I can start to play around with it. Obviously, gear sets make a big difference as well, right? So, because the other thing I can do here is I could put everyone apart from Taradi in Guardian set, for example. That way they all gain a heal and they all give me some ally protection. So that's an option. How much Defiant have I got? I don't think I've got tons of Defiant, really. Canoness. Yeah, Canoness would be good, but I don't think she brings enough, really. He was on my list. Thanasil can be the stun target. No, he can't, because he'll end up... my increased defense will go out of sync. This is why it needs to be Fane. Because everyone else has got a job that lands at the right time all the time. Yeah, there were a bunch of champions that were banned out. So if you look a bit higher up, this red list here, Maneater, Deacon, Seeker, Arakin, and Demitha, they all got banned by the stream chat at the time. So it's mostly Mage is an option, but I actually think Thanasil might end up being a better option. Peter. Okay, so let's have a think then. If I'm going to go with the speed tune I've got here, it's quite quick. 268, 257, 254, 218 on my damage, 221 on Thanasil, or on whoever's doing increased defense. You say Fane's squishy, but don't forget I've got increased defense buff up for every hit. So, whatever I build out, I'm gaining, whatever that is it 60% defense? What is increased defense again? Is it 60? 60%, yeah. So, running that backwards... If I want to be aiming for 4,200 defense, I actually only need to get to 2520 defense on everybody to get to the equivalent of pretty much damage mitigation, like the high end. Yeah, so actually 2520 is not that hard to get to, right? That's why increased defense is so important. That's why finding this increased defense champion is critical here. Could I run Doom Priest? I could run Doom Priest, yeah, but she doesn't add enough. Loads of these champions that people are mentioning here, like Ornn, Eurogrim, Doom Priest, they're not bringing enough stuff. They're just not bringing enough in their role. So yeah, you have to consider it all the time. Like, what else are they doing? This is actually going to be going live next Friday. Good old Eve. We're going to be going like for the final runs on Friday on Deadwood's channel. When's the giveaway? Not sure yet. Just sometime this stream. It will happen this stream. Do not worry. So yeah, so basically I want to be getting to 2600 odds defense on my champs. Did I not do the sum right? Okay. 2625, right. Thanks for that. So, and I'll probably go a bit higher than that, probably like 2750 or so, just to make sure. So that's the type of number I want to be hitting on defense. I'm actually just wondering though. My plan about Fane tanking the stun hit is actually going to fail straight away, because Anchorite, Taradi, and Clod all will not have increased defense, which means the clan boss is going to focus one of them. That's a problem. That's a problem. What account is this one when you run it Friday? It's my account. Giving all but Fane steadfast, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. So I really wanted increased defense for the AoE hits. But if I do that, it means I'm not going to have it for the stun as well, I think. The stun will not land on Fane as it is right now because she's got increased defense, and these three haven't. Look. So that's a problem. Unless I switched her position with someone else. But then if I switch her position, she loses increased defense anyway. Ah, it's a nightmare. It's a real tricky one. But if I pushed it so that increased defense was definitely up on everybody here, I'll still have it for everybody on AoE 1, but I'll only have it on Fane and Thanassel for AoE 2. That's basically the conundrum I've got to deal with. That's basically what I've got to decide on what's better. And I feel like you need increased defense for this stun hit. So if I have it for the stun hit, I have it for AoE 1, but I lose it on 3 of the 5 for AoE 2, including Taragi. Ah, it's tricky, isn't it? Block debuff seems important. Not really. Not really. We just tank a stun. Does mean I'll lose damage. This is a different option. I think it gets me back to the same place though. it does. Can you stagger the tune so it starts on turn 3 or 6? It's just not as easy as that, unfortunately. I'm building off of a speed tune that already exists, which is this white whale, which I built ages ago. And you have to have the buff extender following your speed champion at the right place, otherwise it will just fall apart. I think this is the better option. So I basically just need to up the defense of Anchorite, Taradi, and Clod, so that I lose Ally Protect as well. Have I changed something else? What have I just changed? Crap, changed something. I can't remember what it was. Oh, that was it. Ally Protect. Yeah, I do. I lose Ally Protect on some as well. That's not going to work. Unless I can change Taradi around a bit. Taradi, A3, A3. No, it does work. It takes a while to sink in. A3 here, A3 here. Ally Protect still up on Fane. Yeah. I think this is the best way to go, so I just need to build more defense on 3 of them. Right. I think this is it. Let's just save this quick. Yeah, it might be a bit ropey at the start, honestly, but it sinks in well from here. Turn 10. I looked at Quad and I think I just need the heal, Panda. I need someone to do a definite heal. And Thanatos will be healing me here, healing me here. So we're going to have full heal before we go into an AoE 1, along with a shield from Clod. Take the damage. We're going to get a fresh shield from Taradi before the next hit. And then we're going to get healed up again after the next AoE. He's kind of surprised Skull Crusher stayed with Edward. Yeah, but he also had Man Eater on the table, right? It's just pretty OP stuff. Pretty OP. So what we're going to do, we're going to throw in... Oh, I've also got to think about... gear sets here. So I'm wondering if Clod, Anchorite, and Thanassel should all be in Guardian gear. What is my Defiant like? Actually, I've got an okay amount of Defiant. I don't know if it's any good. I do have some Defiant though, so that could help. Yeah, I'm wondering if Clods, Thanassel, and Anchorite all go in Guardian gear, working as more ally protect for me. Then we have Fane straight damage. And then we have Taradi in a different set. I'm not sure which set Taradi should be in, honestly. Maybe straight Defiant. Or Stalwart plus Defiant. Or even maybe Stalwart plus Immortal. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to roll a whole bunch of this up. Trouble is, I don't get what's going on here. I don't see on the optimizer. The optimizer only works on the main account, doesn't work on the test server. Are you allowed to use blessings? I guess so. We haven't spoken about blessings, actually. I've got some good stuff sitting around here. I don't know if I've got blessings for any of these champions, honestly. Let me grab... who have I got? Taradi. I think I do have one on Taradi somewhere. What? Maybe not. Can't even see it. Must be in the vault. Oh, look, I got 3-star on Godseeker. Yeah, no, blessings could be big, yeah. Yeah, but the trouble is on the test server, I can't just go and get more. They are what they are. There's my clods. What's I'm looking for here? Clod, Benassel. I always struggle to see them in amongst a lot. There's my Taragi. No blessing. Clod was no blessing. Benassel. Can't see Thanassel. Thanassel, is that my Thanassel? Or have I got another one? Let's have another one. Force. See him in there. Pretty sure I got another one built out because I used one for Sand Devil content. Seeing him? Really need like a search nowadays, don't we? I'm sure I've got one. I'm sure I've got one like built out. Where is he? Oh no, he is level 50. Damn. Okay, I need to build one out properly. So Thanassel needs to be built out. Fane. Fane needs to be leveled up and built out as well. Oh man. Anchorite. How are these people not built out? Anchorite is a 60 but needs to be ascended. He's in, that's a reserve vault, yeah? I've got one here. Let's do this one first. Good thing is on the test server we've got just tons of resources, so we're all good. Gods, 2D, 3 there. Skills all done. Yeah, it's much quicker to find champs on the optimizer as it is in game. Skills all done. Okay. That's 4 and then Fane, right? Fane. Where was Fane? Just out in the open. HH, would you say the new Pythian is good for clan boss? Decent for clan boss, yeah. I wouldn't say it's done. For me, it's not its best area, but definitely could do the job. Yeah. Look at Flesh Terror. I've seen Flesh Terror before, Commander. Yeah. I don't think as good as Anchorite for me. And Anchorite's my person doing that same job. Okay. So, where do we start? Should we start with Taragi? What sort of build can I get on Taragi? So we're going to go balance mode. I don't want him built for damage. 100% crit rate. Low crit damage. I do need some accuracy, but I'm going to be having... Let me just check the Deadwood calc. how often I've got increased accuracy up. Increased accuracy goes on from Clod here. For some reason it doesn't show in this group. But it goes on here, which means it's up for this hit. It's up for this hit. I think I've got it up the whole time. I think increased accuracy is on my whole team the whole time. So again, what is that? Is it 50%? 50% more accuracy. So I actually only need, if I want to get to 230 accuracy. What's the math here to do it? 150 times 0.5. Oh no, it's not. So about 150, 155 accuracy to get to where I need. Or if I want to go a little bit higher than that, if I did 180 plus 90, gets me like way over. That's too much. So if I did 230 divided by 1.5, is that the math right? So yeah, need about 170 or so accuracy. Okay. On anybody that's doing debuffs. Yeah, so Taragi is going to be doing debuffs. He's going to be doing poisons. So 170 minimum accuracy. I guess I should check as well. Where am I at with like stuff like Faction Guardians? I don't normally do this stuff for epics. So like Ogden Tribes is full. Okay. This is full. For Anchorite. Bane needs to go up one more. That's now full. Pretty much everyone else is full. Okay. Do I have any Banner Lords? Hey, Azuso. How you doing, mate? Is Trumbor any good overall? Yeah, Trumbor's good champ. Okay. 170 accuracy. 2750 defense on anyone who doesn't need to, or who's got increased defense up all the time. So actually Taragi needs a lot of health, and he actually will not have increased defense up for this AoE 2 when we're in tune, yeah? He doesn't have it up, so he does need more defense. He's going to need like 4200. Do we have any useful souls around? Good question. No. No, we do not. I do have, though. I'm on the test server, so I'm just going to sell all of these. They're all useless to me right now. Do I have any? I've got a little bit of stuff. Um... 27. I could just go for it. So we don't want any legendaries. They're useless to me. Where is she? Don't need this. Or this. Who am I best going for here? Who's going to be hitting the most? Taragi I could use like damage reduction. Bane I could do with the damage hit, like or cruelty, something like that. Actually, that would be big. It's Fane. Where else could go? Bane. So I've got Taragi. I've got. I keep forgetting who my bloody champions are. Clod doesn't really do a lot of hits. Anchorite, not really. I think Taragi and Thanassel might be the ones. Has Clod got a double hitter? Try this. Restart Taragi, there you go. Oh, should have taken him out of the wish list. Nothing there. Let's go. Ah, well, there's another one then. Another epic, come on. Ah, Seeker. Seeker got banned away for me. No. Know what I need right now. Okay, we got one. We got one. Better than nothing. Make sure I awaken him before I lose the bloody thing. Could I have done a 3-1 seater if it was not banned? Probably not. It's very resource intensive to try and do a 3-for-1, but I definitely could have done all sorts of other options if seater was not banned. Have a bit of stuff here. See, we've got 3 medium-sized ones. Slasher. No thanks. Come on. Oh, I thought it was Anchorite. It's Pestilus. Epic. Basher. Damn. Okay. We've managed 1 soul. Not ideal. It's quite a massive difference not having the souls. On someone like a Fane, that would be huge. It would actually be huge. Would be huge, actually. Not that I can just I can't just make it happen on the test server. Like, you've got what you've got, basically. Not any in here, is there? No. Okay. So let's get back to building someone out then. Let's go back to my Taragi here. 170 accuracy, 4,200 defense, and then give me health. And I think that we're going to do it in Stalwart gear. Yeah, I think Stalwart gear and Immortal for him. I think as well, let's just see if I got any revenge accessories for this faction. One's not too bad. Was that one, so that's good. So we've got definite 1, 2. I like it. Not really. 2 could do the job. We could go 10% chance to get a revenge hit. I've got very good gear in Stalwart. Yeah, my Stalwart gear is solid. Yeah, this is actually Fiction's like joke entry into this playlist. I need to remove it. Not that I hate it. It's just a bit of a joke entry, honestly. Right. What's that? So yeah, so we want to be saying, give us at least 2 pieces of revenge. Okay, let's see what we get here. Did I put the speed in? No. Speed. What speed do I need? Karadi, I need no. Karadi, I need 254. It's always worth checking on these speed tunes. Like, what happens if you go down a bit? What happens if you go up? If I go down 1, he fails. Yeah, the build just falls apart. If we go up, it's fine until we get to 258. So I've actually got 254 to 257. I won't put 254 to 257 because that doesn't do the optimizer any good. I just tell it 254. But in my brain, I know that 257 is my max. The other things you can do at this point on the optimizer is say, do we have any glyphs? Yeah, so if I'm looking here, I've got quite a lot of glyphs on the optimizer in areas that I need. So I could tell it that I've got plenty of attack or defense or whatever to go on. And that will make a difference to the builds that you find. You can go into glyphs, just basic I use, and just say, I can add 4 speed to anything. I can add like 10 accuracy anywhere. I can add plus 5% defense. I only do it on the stats that are really like defining my build. Yeah. Clear that. Start again. See what we get. Who would be better with poison set, Alika or Vizier? If you don't have any other poisoner, probably Vizier. Like Alika, you just want to build straight for damage. Okay, didn't like something I've done there. What did I do? Let's allow him to take from anybody. What's it not like him? Maybe it's the accessories, actually. I will just apply those to myself. Yeah, okay. Not many options here. $61,000 health is actually not that much. I thought I'd have a lot more than that. I was hoping for more like 80 to 90,000, honestly. The only trouble I've got here is I'm optimizing based on my main account, not exactly what's going on the test server right now. But let's see what we've got here. Because I need to get to a high level defense as well. It's actually quite hard. Don't know if there's enough gear rolled up in Defiance set for it to find it. Oh, there is 2 sets of Defiance. So let me just check the difference again here. Stalwart, I get 30% less damage. Defiant, I get 15% per set. So actually, 2 lots of Defiant is the equivalent of 1 lot of Stalwart, yeah? The optimization didn't take into account ring and amulet. Maybe not. But it is showing that he's just going to carry on wearing what he's wearing. I think it does, Swiftcut. I think it does. I could just strip the crit rate out of his build, honestly. And just go for more health on him. Because he's the person who's done keep our team alive. I think I might try it with no crit rate. Yeah, so I get up to more like 80 odd K. Quite a big difference. That's with 4-piece Defiant. I think that's worth, yeah. I think that's worth a lot. I could try as well, just going straight up 3 sets Defiant. Don't have enough rolled up, okay. Or 2 Defiant, 1 Immortal for a little bit of cheeky healing later on. I don't know if it's worth the Immortal, honestly. I lose quite a lot of health for doing that. It's not worth it. By the time he starts to need to heal from Immortal, I'm probably going to die anyway. So, let's take that out. I am taking the buffs into account, Mark, yeah. No, I'm not using the optimizer on the test server account, Old1. What I'm doing is I took a snapshot of my main account, then I switched to the test server so that at least it's as close as I'm going to get. You don't want crit on him anyway because of Ally Protect. Well, the thing is, 100% crit rate's fine. You just don't want a lot of crit damage on him. Crit rate's actually not a bad thing. Crit damage is a bad thing. But also bear in mind, the clan boss will never crit me, actually. So even those things are not bad. The clan boss will literally never crit me. Like, Clod stops him critting me completely. So 83k in 2-piece Defiant. Let's just reset this again quickly. Check Stalwart again. And I changed it. 83. Okay, so actually my Stalwart is slightly better if I don't have the crit rate in there. But 259 was too fast, wasn't it? I needed to be 254 to 257. I got 256 here, which works. Good defense, good HP. I think this could be decent. He's not going to do any damage at all. He's just in there to keep everyone else alive. Hey, Leclerc, thank you for joining the minions. Welcome. Anchorite does give you an HP aura, does he? Good. Wonder if I could do 1 Stalwart, 1 Defiant. 86, 4.2. Oh, this is better actually. So I'd get another 15% damage reduction. This is better. I lose a bit of health. I lose like 5k health, but 15% more damage reduction. Only on his hits, not on any of his ally protection stuff. I think it's good. Go for build 1. Obviously, I've got all week to adjust this stuff. This is just getting myself to a base level that I'm happy to start testing with. Okay. As he's my only person with an aura or a blessing right now, it's going to have to be this. 10% Decrease defense, yeah. If I manage to find another blessing along the way, then I can change it up, but it'll have to be this. Too big. Too big to not have. Okay. So what we got? We've got a weapon, defiant, this one. Boots, defiant. These. Then store here. The annoying thing is that I can't. If I roll a load of stuff up that's not on my normal main account, I can't find it in the test server. So even if I get some really good Defiant gear, it's actually quite hard for me to use the optimizer to do those builds. I'll have to try some manual builds if perhaps a bit later on, or you know, as I'm moving through the week. Okay, I'm not seeing the piece I want. Okay. We're at 230 speed now without any glyphage gone on. Then looked at fence across all of the lower three. So question is, do I want to go with that or do I want to go with this? I think I want revenge pieces if I can get it. I didn't even think about what blessings I owned, honestly, Odd One, when I was picking stuff out. Only that I knew that Seeker had really good blessings. I wish, yeah, if Seeker had got through for me, that would have been huge. What's the player power cap? It is 300. Is it 300 or 350? Can't remember. One of those two. 300 or 350k. I think it's 300, which is actually kind of low. Okay, so fence on here, 5 speed on it, loads of stats on this. I've got 10% chance to counterattack with the accessories here. It means I lost out on some defense, and I've lost out on some accuracy because of this piece as well. Hey, Lockers, how you doing? So my accuracy at the moment, 140 is actually, it's too low. Can put some glyphage on these stuff though. Looking for big glyphs. Karadi's like probably my most important build here. It doesn't make sense for Taradi to have Guardian gear, but other champions will. Don't go crazy with your glyphs. I actually think Fane's not going to be as hard as people think she will be. The 254 I need to get to. I'm still pretty short on it. Where am I missing speed glyphs here? Oh, here's one. Oh, the juicy 8. We needed that. $256. This looks pretty solid. 3.8 is a little bit low. I might have to switch this into a defense one, I think. So I would lose my 5% chance to counter-attack. Get a bit more defense here, though, actually. How many 3% in a row, guys? Okay. Yeah, I might have to switch this into defense with accuracy on it to go. So I still need about another 15 accuracy here. I don't want loads of resistance stats. That's going to throw up my my player power. 177 is enough. 4.1. Now we're talking. Good health. Good speed. Okay, that looks good. Looks good. Masteries. Probably fine. Probably fine as they are. It's enough accuracy, so I've got Claude, who's going to give me increased accuracy the whole time. Okay, one build done, yeah? Pretty happy with that. But 50, so that's about 53k player power. That's actually not that high. But he's not going to be a damage dealer. I guess defense tree's an option, but don't you think landing the decreased attack and the potential for it to go on for longer is better than the chance to counter-attack? Bearing in mind, I don't think I'm going to be taking this counter-attack for quite a long time into the fight. It's definitely a choice. I could go defensive tree, reduce some of the damage I'm taking from AoEs. Is this clan boss draft the big news you've been referring to lately? No. When I say big news, I'm talking colossal size. We're not talking like a little event or whatever. No, humongous news. But I can't give you any more than that right now. I think so. I've worked out 170 accuracy. Let me show you. 170 accuracy times by 1.5, 255. Plenty, right? Plenty. So I think this build's good. We might end up switching him into defense masteries. I'm not sure yet. Right, let's move on to the next one. Let's go on to my damage. Let's go on to Bane. So Claude's... sorry, the Taradi is built. I'm going to lock him out. I actually need to... Annoying thing is, I'm doing this based on the test server. But I'm going to have to tell it can use whatever it wants. Unless I move these all to 4s. I'll move them all to 4s. And we just have my new clan boss team as 5s. Move them down one. Or, rather than do that, I'll just set them up as 1s. That would make more sense. What's his name? All right. Okay. Fane up next. The Fane, I can tell it to max the champion, like I've just done in the test server, so that's fine. I can go in and say I want damage mode. Reset damage mode. I want to assume I'm going to take crit rate, crit damage. And we're going to go defense tree on Fane. The tough skin. Include on locked. Exclude 1. What else do I want to do here? Got to get to the right speed. 218. I need accuracy to land stuff again, so 170. And then I just want damage, right? I only need about 2750 defense. I might see what it does without me putting any defense number in first. See if it gets anywhere near it. Actually, probably just won't. Probably just won't. 2750. Remember 6 less speed. Yeah, good point. Thank you. 2 glyphs again. We're going to say we've got stuff. Do I need to tell it any sort of set? Or am I just going straight damage? Oh, do I need full crit rate? No, of course I don't. Or do I? Actually, maybe I do now because I don't have Morsi and Mage anymore. Crit rate on Fane. Yeah, we've got no crit rate here. Or here. Yeah, I will do. Crit rate, I don't need Anchorite. So I won't need it on Anchorite. I think I need it on everyone else. Taradi doesn't matter anyway. Clods. It's going to have it for 2 rotations. Yeah, I think I need it on everyone apart from Anchorite. Annoyingly. See what we got. We'll let this run through. I'm going to start setting up this giveaway. So we're going to have a giveaway for 5 people. I'm just going to set it up now. Basically, the winner will get Legendary Tome. What's on the list? Legendary Tome, Rank 5 Chicken, XP Boost, Energy, and Multi-Battles. There's going to be 5 winners. Yeah. I don't know exactly when you will get these things. I will say that now. I don't know exactly when you can get them. But they'll be given to you within the next week or so. Basically, I need to give your stuff to Raid and then Raid deliver the package. How do we enter? Yeah, I'm setting it up right now. So if you are a member, one of the Hades minions, you will get 2 entries. If you're a non-member, you'll get 1. So still get a very good chance if you're free to play, just enjoying life. Just find my giveaway stuff. Big giveaway. Winner gets legendary book, 5-star chicken, and more. Okay, we're doing it now. So, should come up here. Exclamation mark raffle will give you an entry. Exclamation mark raffle. If you win this, does it take you out of the free-to-play contest? No, it wouldn't, no. I'm not going to go into it on my free-to-play, but if you're running a free-to-play, it won't count as a buy. No. Exclamation mark raffle if you want to get involved. Go for it. Just check the speeds here. 217 wouldn't break my speed tune. 216 would. Actually, it's really tight. 217 or 218 is all I got. Yeah, get your entries in now, guys. Got 2 minutes to enter. Exclamation mark raffle if you want to try and win these prizes. Looks like it's going to be Savage gear for the Clan Boss Smacks. One minute, guys. 1 minute to get involved. Exclamation mark raffle if you want to get involved in this. As I say, if you're a member, you get yourself double bubble entries. You're welcome. I appreciate you. How do you win? I'm just going to pull a raffle in a minute. Once the timer's up, we're going to pull 5 random winners. Okay, let's start to build this out whilst you guys are having fun. Got no masteries here as well, but I did pre-select them, didn't I? Let me just think. Fane, how many multi-hits you got? Double hit, single hit, triple hit. So I think Warmaster's still the way to go. It's probably not that different actually between Giant Slayer and Warmaster Honor. And then I think we're going to go Fence Tree here. Poison, decrease attack, decrease attack. Yeah, I think we're going to Fence Tree. Or do I go Support Tree and try and get decreased defense on more frequently? Will it matter if I'm on a 2 for 1? No. Just Fence Tree. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Get this stream out there. Help me out. Okay, then we're gonna. What you got? 15 seconds to enter, guys. 500 people entered so far. 15 seconds to enter. Try and win yourself a legendary tome, courtesy of Raid Shadow Legends, the Almighty. Okay, we're doing it. First winner from today's giveaway is Russell Spearman. I need for you to write. Yeah, you need to go into your game. You need to go up into options, info, grab your UM number, hit copy ID, and then paste it into stream chat for me. Russell Spearman, congrats. Second winner is the Marland 15. Congratulations, you've won. Third winner is Sebastian Keynes, third winner. Fourth winner, Sajuk. Congrats. And then the fifth winner is Kylie Chan. That's our 5 winners for today. Congrats. If you don't want a chicken, can I have a ham? No, only chickens today, my friend. Apologies. Congrats, winners. I just need for you to put your UM number in chat. So grab your UM number from Inside Raid in your info, copy ID, then paste that into chat for me, into a stream chat. Got yours, the Marlon. Thank you. I'll write these into my raid contacts. So they're going to get them to you probably next week. What was it called again? What was it called? Back to you. Not seen a reply from Sebastian yet. Kylie, thanks for that. Got yours. Sir Duke, thank you, mate. Got yours. Congrats. Russell Spearman, got yours. Brilliant. We're just waiting on one more. Sebastian, got it. Awesome. Right. That is the giveaway done for today, guys. Cool. Congrats to the winners. You're going to get those sometime through this week. Okay, let's get back to building out Fane. I'm just seeing again, have we got some counterattack stuff here? Anyone who can do more hits, I just want them to do more hits. So I could put this on. I would lose 7% crit damage, but I would gain a counterattack. The rest of the gear is just a bit crap, really. Anyway, let's build her out. Savage gear. The other thing which I haven't done with tons of my gear is I ascend it, but I just don't have the stuff, you know. So I could potentially have a bit more damage in my builds if I went and found some of the lovely stuff in that dungeon. It's such a long grind to do it, isn't it? Gloves on, what are they? Legendary gloves. Someone else. Perhaps here? Yeah. Like this piece here, for example, just straight up could have more damage if I ascend it fully. This is quite cool, actually. So I'm on... Obviously, we're going for big boy builds here. It's going to allow me to put on attack percent boots and an attack percent chest and still hit the stats I need. That's kind of nuts. Looking for here, legendary. That one, look at that. Quad roll, crit rate. Yes, please. Okay. Boots. These here. Attack percent, triple roll speed. I've already checked, Dutchy. Anchorite does not give me crit rate up all the time, unfortunately. Yeah, it's not going to work. Right. Then we have to take defense everywhere else to hit our number in the accessories. Again, something like Blood Shield might just give me the difference between staying alive and not in some situations. So any of these type of extra sets can be pretty useful. It's giving me accuracy that I need. This is where you start rinsing your glyphs when you're trying to do these type of builds. Take that up. What am I at here? 170 accuracy is enough. 206. I need more speed. Defense is about right. HP is a little bit low. I'm a little bit worried about this HP level. I would prefer it to be probably another... maybe like another 10k, honestly. So it might be that I have to switch something out in this build. Can we see the run? We probably won't see the run today, because I've still got a bunch more champions to build out. But probably Tuesday we will see the run. Or if not, then obviously when I do my kind of final runs on stream, we're going to be seeing the runs. What did I need here? 2, 1, 8. Yeah, we're just kind of building our way up towards it. But it's going to take me plenty of time yet before we actually get into a spot where I'm happy to start testing it properly. We've already been like 2 hours into this stream. I'm only on Champion 2. Defense was fine. I need more HP. For a stun target, lower's better. Yeah, I guess so. But right, she does have to survive the straight up AoE hits as well. But you're right, actually. Maybe it's not in a bad spot. Yeah, maybe you're right. How are we doing? 216. I'm 2 speed short. Health's picking up a touch. Why bother by power? Just because, like, my account, for example, compared to Nubs or YST's, my account's just a bit more stacked. So we're trying to have some sort of way to even that. Otherwise my gear just wins the fight, and that's not really a fun thing to do. Okay, this number might still be too low, but otherwise I'm quite happy with that. 214 crit damage, 6k attack. Not bad. Not crazy high, honestly. I thought we'd get a bit more damage out than that. But then I don't have crit damage here. Yeah, maybe that's a bit of a problem. I could get another 30% here if I had more defense elsewhere. But I can't drop really more defense than that. I've done 1 sub from my original draft, Ed. Yeah. So my original draft I had marked. And I'm bringing in Hatatsu instead. Doing the same job. Okay, I think that is a decent place to be. So let's move on. Let's lock her in the optimizer. Let's move on. So my tank, my damage. What's Claude's damage like? What's his multipliers looking like? Wrath of Khan, you've missed the raffle, mate. It's already happened. Claude, average damage. That's not good to see. This is my biggest worry, actually. I've got a lot of champions that don't hit very hard. Bane's going to have to do so much work for damage here. So much of my work. Why not make 200 accuracy? Because I've got increased accuracy for my whole team. I don't need it. Don't need as much as that. So Claude is going to be giving me a shield equal to 20% of his HP. So this is quite big. This is going to give us a lot of survivability. So I'm thinking Claude is going to go Guardian gear. Guardian, tanky, protect the team. Will I go with Toxic gear? No, I've got Fane and Taradi both doing debuffs. I don't think I need that. So Claude, let's do his build. What's his A1? Decreased crit rate. Wouldn't mind if I can get revenge accessories on him to keep that decreased crit rate on. I would do it. Like this is okay. This could be better. I want high HP on him. Nice. Yes, that's nice. That's a definite keeper. Oh, it's not. Is that revenge? Oh, it's revenge. Yeah. We've got revenge in. Bad. Yeah, good point. Yeah, we don't want lasting gifts on him because it could throw my speed tune out. That's good point. In fact, it would throw my speed tune out for sure. Okay. So we're going to go for a balanced build. All of those are still on. I want to go in Guardian gear. Don't pick me these. What speed did I need? 268. Quite quick actually on this build. 268, 170 accuracy. Crit rating that I'm not fussed about. Just want high health. And does he need high defense? Is he one of the crew that needs high defense? Claude is. I need at least 4,200 defense. So we get. $4,200, 269. Actually, I didn't do any of the glyphs. See that quick. That's more like it. 85. See that? Changing the glyphs. Just maybe like another 16k health. Because it enabled me to find other pieces. Pretty strong. 272. So that's faster than it says on the count. Just want to be checking with stuff like this. Just go back to it. Like if I move him up to 272, does it completely mess up my speed tune or not? No, it's fine. Doesn't change it at all, yeah? That sort of thing you should be checking when you're doing your own. Okay, I like that. I like the idea of that build a lot. Beautiful. Okay, Clod is going to get a juicy old build. This one. So we got Guardian gear. So Guardian, don't forget, actually gives me some healing as well. So I get 10% heal every turn, which is really nice. Actually, it's really nice. I did think about maybe I should just be doing Guardian gear on everybody. But I do think someone like Fane, she just needs to hit a lot harder. So it becomes more difficult on someone like Fane. 17%. This one here. Loads of defense on this. Could you do a takeover to help me out with my account? Sorry, mate. I'm gonna be like hard busy all week this week doing this stuff, and then when I do a takeover, this like I probably get asked about 20 times a day. Can you do a takeover on my account? Just can't do it. Just can't do it on all these accounts. So when I do it, it's just a giveaway where one person will win in a stream. So unfortunately, mate, that's the way it goes down. Yeah, it's just way too many people that want them compared to just me. I know there's other streamers though that do it. I'm not like the only one that does takeovers and stuff. So there's other people that might be able to help you, or you can just join my Discord and ask questions and actually find a way of doing it yourself, which I would definitely advise is the better way of doing it, because if I just build your teams, you won't learn how to build teams, and then the next time something comes up, you still won't know how to do it. Better idea is watch what I'm doing here. Like right now, I'm doing basically a takeover on myself. And you can kind of get a feel for why am I making decisions that I'm making on gear sets, on stats, you know, all of these things, on builds. That's how you learn in this game. Okay, this is the one. Where are we at? 252, loads of health, good defense. Not quite where we want it to be. So the difference being I pre-selected the ring myself, so I've lost out on a few hundred defense. Do I need it though if Taragi's tanking up a load of the damage? Maybe I don't. Maybe that's enough. You're really sad about the teams that were picked. Why are you sad, Colossus? What do you mean? I think it's quite good showing like a number of different options to go all epics. Does Claude have a turn where he doesn't have Ally Protect? Ally Protect here, Ally Protect here. Doesn't have it here, but he's not going to be the stun target anyway. No, I think he's good. He's good. Oh, pre-round 12 doesn't matter anyway. Pre-round 12, we're not taking enough damage for it to matter. The only thing that could matter pre-round 12 is whether or not someone takes a stun that they shouldn't. Right. I need more speed. Quite a lot more speed. I really want to maximize his health as well for those shields. I actually just switched to Saf's playlist there, yeah. Already people are saying they're sleepy. Giveaway's already happened, Tower. Already done it. Uh, 264. What do I need? 268. His shields are going to be awesome to behold. I'll tell you what. The other teams that people have picked. Like, have I still got it here? Yeah. Check this out. So these are the other teams that other players have picked. No shield. No shield. No shield. No shield. I think I'm the only player that's got a shield on their team. And I tell you now, it's going to be massive. I think it's going to be a massive difference. I really do. I think it's an oversight from everyone else. 268 speed, 90.9k health, 4k defense, enough accuracy. Claude, the beast feeder, is looking good. Have you already tested a run, Wise T? You already tested a run? Give us like a ballpark. What sort of numbers we're talking about here? Day one. Damn, I want to know what you got. Are you happy with it? Do you feel like it's like big numbers? Oh, that was quick work. Quick work. Okay, Anchorite's my next one. I'm giving you absolutely nothing. Are you happy though? Just tell us that. Are you happy or not? Heal someone with lowest HP by 10% of the damage inflicted. Does this guy hit? No. Damn, that's a shocking A1. I thought the heal was about percentage of health. It's about the percentage of damage he does. It's actually weak. That's weak. Ruler, we will see, my friend. We will see. We will see. So I'm just wondering for Anchorite then, he doesn't hit. Oh man. I don't even know if it's at any point me putting this on. Nobody is going to make use of this. I suppose we get the crit damage buff. Yeah, it is worth it. He is not worth building for damage either, so he's going Guardian gear as well. Oh, she's on him. I could try and extend the buffs, but I just think it's not worth it. I'm basically building as if those two buffs don't exist. I think we show defense tree. Reduce damage. chance to counter with War Master hits like this. Is Rearguard good for Clan Boss when booked? I guess ask YST, Swifty. That's who YST's using as his ally protector, but you need an ally protector. You don't need... Ideally, you have an ally protector, yeah? That they help you last a long time. Okay, so we're going to select Anchorites. We're going to assume that he's maxed in the optimizer. We're going to go balanced. Basically the same build as I've just done. Anchorite does not have increased defense up, so it is the same build. Doesn't need accuracy though. Doesn't have any debuffs. So that makes it a bit easier. Doesn't really do any damage. I wouldn't mind him having 100% crit rate because his A1 is a heal. Maybe I'll just give it a little bit there. Otherwise, I think it's the same. Guardian set. What we got in terms of revenge gear here. Fence, this is nice. That ring I will definitely use. Nothing really there. Don't need the accuracy. It's probably just going to be that ring. Does this heal prop from War Master? I don't actually know. What? Get wrong. Oh. Don't need that speed anyway. It's the wrong speed. 257. Again, we just check to see if I put his speed up, does it make any difference? It does. As soon as I go up one speed, the speed tune fails. So I need exactly 257 on Anchorite. I like this build a lot here, apart from the speed. I wonder if it's trying to put +5s on. It is. Yeah, okay. I like this build. Although the crit rate's low and the crit damage is high. Which is not bad. It's not bad. Okay. YST, are you giving anything away in the sets you're using or anything? I feel like I'm getting stream sniped hard right now. Okay. On that. Optimizer. So Optimizer is actually free, Jacob. But for all of the extra, like, Brucey bonus bits and bobs, it's $5 a month, yeah, or £5 a month. But it's actually a free tool. Anyone can use it for free. We're friendly like that. But yeah, all of the extra bits and pieces you can get on it, like all of the kind of, I guess, yeah, slightly improved stuff. Is he taking that? Oh, just lock that piece. Why is it using that piece? It's locked it. Okay. So what we got here? A crawl piece. You know what happens? You put all this work in, you do your first run, and it's bad, and you're just like, oh man, I've got a long way to go yet. This one. Speed. Fine speed piece. Okay, where are we at? 235. Quite a bit short where I need to be. I need to be 257. So I'm 20 odd speed short. This is okay. This is high, the defense number. Probably because of this ring. The end of the world. Everything else is fine. Everything else is fine, really. Defense number's high. So I could actually make that an HP glove. Doesn't matter what's set. Really looking for a decent amount of speed on it. So one. Do I think my comms to reach 100 million? No. If we make 50 million, I think that would be insanely big. Right, insanely big. 4k defense, 58k health, it's good. 229 speed, so just need to pick the speed up, and then we're about there. Lovely. Need exactly 257. Yeah, if we're punching 50 mil, YST, how much did you just do in damage again? Have you just hit? YST, tell us. Have you just hit for more than 50 mil? Yes or no? That's all we need to know. More than 50, yes or no? I won't ask for anything more. 57, what am I on? 249. So I just want to slam a quick +8 here. 6. Let's just say your numbers of played round scores. Oh, I'm sure I need like 2 more speed. Did I say if I go 1 speed over it ruins it? I think I did. 1 speed messes it up. Alright, I need to see -11 on the speed. Four-star piece still on the account. Gotta love it. -12, that'll do. Okay. -12, we just need to grab a couple more speed here. Oh, hold on. No, do we? 256. I need 257. One more speed I need. Beautiful. First roll. We'll take it. Okay. The big worry here is I've really got one person doing any sort of damage on this team so far. $257. Yeah, okay. So Anchorite built. That's 2 people in Guardian set. One more build, yeah? One more build to do. Who is it? Bane's done. Can you believe no one picked up Tyrell, by the way? Bane's done. Anchorite's done. Plod is done. Did I do Anchorite's Masteries? Yes. Yeah. 2, 3. What am I missing? Baradi is done. Oh, Thanassel, isn't it? Thanassel, last one up. He is always going to have increased defense up, so he does not need much defense at all. Can Thanassel do any damage? Anyone in this team going to actually hit? Thanassel, what you got going on? Spell Thanassel. What's that? Not finding that. That's right. So I've switched out Marked. Yeah, Marked is gone. HH, do a toxic set build. I think I've got enough poison, haven't I? Got Bane and Taragi. I just think I already overflow it. It's not going to help me. Maybe you don't need his heal now. Why do you think I don't need his heal now? Taragi heals himself. 2 people in Guardian gear healing themselves. Bane is my worry. Doesn't Mark do more damage? I don't think so. Thanassel's multipliers are average, so they're not good. Let's check Marked. Marked, strong. Okay. Discard. Strong, strong. Yeah, maybe discard's just a better shout then. Maybe it's just better. Yeah, Morsean Mage is an option as well. We talked about this earlier. I think this might be better. Discards. Built. Could just go Guardian again, or I could just go damage on him. His passive throws your speech in, not on Void Affinity. Equip that. Lock him number 1. Grab discards. So they're in the vault. Max him out. I think I've actually probably got more sustain than you would realise in this team so far. I don't think I need much more. But I might be wrong. Like, this one spot is definitely like my flex spot. If it's not working, I can keep changing this spot until I find something that I like. Oh, so here he is. I don't really want to do a test run live on stream, Dino. I know everyone wants me to, but like I would get absolutely sniped for my damage level, and then people know I've got a target, haven't they? I can't really be having that. So obviously you'll see stuff through the week, but I can't really go for like a full run. Captain Tamelia hits harder. Really? It's the same level, and her damage is based on HP rather than defense. Does bring a heal though, but then the other guy's giving us increased attack, which is going to give my Fane more damage. I think this is the better option if we live. Yeah, the increased attack is actually quite huge. So it's not really him. It's not about his damage. It's about what else he can do for me. And if I've got enough sustain, I think this guy is probably better. I haven't actually checked as we've been going my player power, honestly. I don't know if I'm over. Wise T, how are you doing for player power if you're still around? The draft has already happened, Breven. Yeah, we did it on Deadwood's channel earlier today. So you can go and check it out after the stream if you want. Okay. Fane's got a heal as well. That's true, actually. Yeah, I always forget Fane's got a heal. That is true. Yeah, actually, that could be quite big. This is a test server, right? It's not. These are not my resources as such. This is the test server. Oh, thanks, Oxlane. I'm at around 230, what, before this build? Okay. Okay, so, masteries. This guy's defense-based. He's bringing decreased attack, a shield on himself, which I'm not fussed about, really. I guess it's a way of him healing. Increased defense, increased attack. This doesn't come into account, nor does this. Okay. Do I just want another Guardian set? I think I do. I think I just want to go Guardian again. I'm going to go damage build, though. Damage build. What speed do I need here? Just need to throw him into this. Discard. Make sure that he fits in the same spot. Yeah. 221 speed I need. 21. So 221. Do I have any flex on this one? 221. I could go up 224, 221 to 224. That's all I got. It's my flex. Take that out. Change the gold to damage. It's on damage already. In Guardian gear. Do I need accuracy on him? Do I want the decreased attack here as well? I've got it already on Fane and on Taradi. I don't think I need his necessarily, so I think I ignore accuracy. Just go straight damage. Someone took Annex. It was actually Deadwood, but after I'd already taken Fane, I felt like Fane was a safer option. How are you going to factor in his turn meter on his passive? So if you look at his passive, fills his champion's turn meter by 15% whenever they're attacked by an enemy under provoke or increase attack. Increase attack only happens, I think, if they go onto other affinities, right? Not on Void. And we're fighting on Void. Pretty sure that's right. Anyone confirm that? Pretty sure that's right. Relentless Gear, I just can't use it. It'll throw my speed tune out. Void does a buff. Yeah, I thought so. So we're going to go support tree on this, defense tree on this one for more survivability. Like this. Okay. And we're just going to tell for my setup here, I'm just going to say we've got these masteries on. It knows. Salute champions 1. I wonder if I should have been using Defiant, honestly, for my secondary sets. Not really thought about that. We should have been. We're building for damage here. 5k defense. That's actually nice. What sort of hits are we doing with that? 25k-ish hits. Not that hard, is it? Yeah, Ulksane, he probably will naturally just land his decrease attack, but we're not gonna optimize for it, so we're not gonna lose stats into that. I think that's pretty good. Kind of like it. What's the speed like? Was that right? 222. What did I say? 222. It's fine. Okay, this looks good. I like this build. Okay. Just will check if there's something I can do around revenge stuff again. It's a nice one anyway. The question is, do I take a 5% chance to revenge hit? Or do I just take a miles better ring? I think it's just a better ring in this situation. If this had defense percent, I guess we roll it up to 16. If it rolls defense percent, it does. Maybe that's different. 6% versus 17%. But I get a 5% more chance to revenge hit. Hey, Alien, how you doing, man? Been a while? I think I take revenge stuff here, yeah? Especially if I could get him with 15%. I will, I'll get him with 15%. That's actually quite big. 15% on revenge stuff's big. You've been using discard on your free-to-play, yeah. I've tried him before, honestly. He's a good enough champion. Gets a bit overshadowed sometimes, but it's good enough. It's giving me anchorite stuff again. What's it doing that? Can't use that build. What have I done wrong there? Have I done it the wrong way round? That's the same piece. Oh, crap. I might have to actually just manually build it. Not ideal at all. Yeah, we're thinking discard instead of Thanassel now. I'm still kind of torn between these two. Ah, this is not ideal. Start speed. What speed did I need? 221. Still actually quite a lot of speed short here. $199. I could probably get there in glyphs actually. I'm 2% crit rate short, which is not perfect, but it's not terrible. I might be able to tweak this over time anyway. What's the chances of just finding crit rate? Good one. That would have been good. 70% crit rate. I guess 70% is not optimal though, because I don't have crit rate buff up all the time. But it's not bad. Yeah, it's a good point. Nice, +5. No speed here. Oh, man. 210. 12 speed short still. This is the problem. What made me leave Twitch? I just trying out, basically coming here. It just felt like there were more potential viewers here, so I thought I'd give it a go. If I can make any defiant gear, I really would like a chest. Do I have any? Oh, I've got a little bit. None of my stuff curries over though. This is annoying. What's the chance of me grabbing a chest out of this that's actually worth? Faction Guardians. What do you mean, Faction Guardians? What are you telling me? Max. I'm pretty sure Faction Guardians is maxed. I'll check. I'll double check it. I'm pretty sure it is. Not for Bannerlords, no? Okay. Thank you. Does that get me over the line? $220. I'm nearly there. Thanks, guys. That's a big help. 220. I actually need one more speed here. One more. We're going to find it. Could be here, right? Actually, thinking about it, I've not done any ascending on any of this stuff. Not there, though. Bit of defense. It's going to roll as. Of course, not what we need. Sweet. Okay, that is it. They are built. What are we saying here? 4.7. Not bad. Not a bad amount of defense. Get a little bit more, maybe. I can only swap one champion, Dr. Oompa Loompa. So I've already swapped out now. Marked for this guy, discard. I don't think swapping Morag in instead of Fane would benefit me, honestly. I think Fane I already know Fane's damage level is high. Morag's not going to be high enough to make that switch. So, Alien, as of today, we're doing a clan boss draft. This is what's going on. A clan boss draft between different content creators. We're basically all pitching together or against each other in a kind of like epics only clan boss battle. So my team, we did a draft, 5 of us. We had to pick one champion at a time. And then chat banned one of our champions, and then we had to go again. It's pretty heavy, pretty hairy. Okay, let's throw these guys into a squad, see what player power looks like. Hoping we're good. Take one of these. So, Anchorite actually gives me an aura, you guys were saying, yeah? Then we want Fane, who's going to be my stun target. Blods, discard, and Taragi. 292. Firepower is good. Deadwood's taking part. Yeah, so I'll show you the draft quick. Deadwood picked up Archmage Helmet, Skull Crusher, Anax, Grizzled Jarl, and Trumball. YST. Godseeker, Geomancer, Hatatsu, Rearguard, Sergeant, and Haikatoon. Seen my squad. Coldbrew. White Dryad, Nia, Runekeeper, Venomage, Jared, and Limburger. And then Nub Raid has gone Sepulchre, Dark Kale, Ruella, Sandlashed, and Grush. I would say though, after this stream, go and check out the video or the stream from Deadwood's channel, because it was actually a lot of fun and quite a lot of banter. It's worth a watch. So I had Seeker originally, who got banned. Yeah, I didn't show you. Basically, you had Maneater, Deacon, Seeker, Barakin, and Dimitho all banned by chat. Yeah, it's good. You should go back and watch the stream, honestly. It was good. Okay, so... That's the squad. Let me just check. Did I make Anchorite have the right mastery? No. So I'm thinking Anchorite, if he's going to be my lead and I get benefit from his aura, I'm going to have to make him have Steadfast. So that Fane takes the stun. I need Fane to be taking the stun. Yeah, Ash. I think Ash is always just so busy, man. Ash has got loads going on. Why he doesn't tend to get involved in these things. All right, what's my setup here? Clod, as you like. Anchorite, as you like. Anchorite, prioritize your A2. Over this. Clods is going to be A3. Then this. Taragi, we just turn off the A2. We've got no benefit from this at all. Taragi needs to delay 2 turns on this. So I've actually got to manual the start. Fane. No. Don't need to tell it to do anything. I guess we're just going to open with this. I guess let me just see when that would land. Fane. When we get into an actual speed tune, Fane's going to be doing that in the middle of turn 2. So actually, maybe I don't want it there. Probably want it where the A2 would go. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, so it moves around. Okay. And then discard. So what's discard doing? Just a 1 delay on this. Okay. One thing I'm interested in, so that should be auto once I get Taragi in play. I'm just going to check out the start of it and just see what goes on with the stun initially. I'm not going to show a full run. I'm just going to just test out the start. Stun on Feign. That's good. So far, so good. Shields for the AoE. Ally Protect up for the AoE. If we get to turn 9 and only Feign is taking a stun here, then we're in a good spot. Ah, it's gone over here. Crap. Okay, something I've got to play around with. That is something I've got to play around with because that's not going to be allowed. That's not going to be allowed. Well, look, guys, I'm going to end the stream there. Damn it! That's not good. That's not good. I'm going to end the stream there. Obviously, you're going to get to see the final result of this next week on Friday. But there will be some streams with Deadwood, YST, or at least videos, Deadwood, YST, Nub Raids, and Cold Brew. Yeah, so check out their content. They're going to be doing loads of content on this week. And come and check out the finale on Friday. Let's see how we get on. But guys, yeah, have yourself a good week. I'll see you later.